let's do this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just all
no, we're
serious face. I'm like, hey, okay,
no,
guys, we're going live. So everyone
like
just
no,
quits talking.
Silence.
not
That's so
this way.
serious.
Not
Mm,
this.
so serious. All right. Um, be sure to update your GT Insight or GT for announcing that we are live with GT
I would
Insider Episode 3.
love
So,
nothing more than to do that if my computer would load any web pages right now.
awesome. Welcome everyone to the third episode of GT Insider. And this is the place where you can come, join us for some quick insight into all things gaming and maybe hear something that will enhance your gaming tribe experience. Quick disclaimer, this is everything on this show is an opinion of its host and its guest host, not necessarily the opinion of Gaming Tribe and Mass Luminosity. My name is Tim. You can find me at gamingtribe.com/profile/Delka, Delka. And I'll be your host today. Let's do this. Joe,
Oh,
why don't you tell us where people can find you real quick and what you've played this week?
okay. You can find me at gamingtribe.com/no game. Had to think about that. I've got two different gamer tags I use. I've been playing DRP since Tim would rather me not speak the actual word on this podcast. Don't Starve because they just had the new DLC release. I don't have the DLC, but I just decided to start playing the game again. Let me think what else. Loadout, TF2, and of course League of Legends.
Oh man, League of Legends every time.
Yep.
Did you happen to join up with TF2? I saw a lot of people this week on Gaming Tribe posting about wanting to play with other gaming tribers.
No, I saw those after I'd already played, and then the middle of this week was swamped with work, so I couldn't do much gaming at that point. It's stank
I
though, because I
feel
really
you.
wanted to join in.
I feel you. Kat, why don't you tell people where people can find you? That's a lot of people, you know. And what you've played this week.
All right, my GT profile name is KD. Instead of being simple and just using letters KD, I spelled out the sound KAYDEE. What I played this week, lots and lots of Diablo 3. Thanks to Tim and some other people, we managed to go from creation to level 70 plus 4 Paragon on a wizard of my character in about 3 hours, give or take.
Wow.
Yeah, it was intense. And by the end of it,
A lot of
I didn't
gameplay.
really even want to look at my computer anymore. I was just like, I hate everybody and everything. Just forget it.
It's not fun, but it's fast.
It was fun at first, but I was exhausted and just, I don't know. I just transitioned to, man.
That's okay. You're not the one that bugged out and lost out on 100 plus million experience. So
Not gonna lie, I was cracking up over here because my team speak was pushed to talk. So like when I wasn't having it on, I was just like, sucks for you.
sometimes I feel like you did it intentionally. Anyway.
No, I just wasn't paying attention.
All right. Well, our guest host this week is Kirsten Schuster,
Hi.
and you can find her over at Gaming Tribe here in a moment. Kirsten, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself and where people can find you on Gaming Tribe, as well as what you've played this week.
Well, you can find me on gamingtribe.com/profile/boosteromeow. And I been playing a lot of League of Legends lately, trying to power level to level 30 because I'm only like level 16 right now and have been for about 2 years.
Wow.
Um, I've been playing a lot of Halo Spartan Assault. It's a pretty good game, and as well as a lot of Left 4 Dead 2, because there's a lot of new maps that have been released for it that are pretty fun. So playing a bit of that. So about myself, well, I am an artist, and that's pretty much what I've been doing with my time lately, whether it's to cosplaying, which is something I do a lot, and it's a big hobby of mine. And there has been a lot of conventions happening lately, so I've been really busy working on different cosplays. I'm also going to start going to school to be either a concept artist or computer animation artist, hopefully for some form of gaming company. So I've been on that a lot, and due to being busy with both those things, I haven't had time to do much gaming, unfortunately. But yeah,
That's fine.
Yeah.
I'm glad that you decided to not go to PAX East. No, I'm just kidding.
going to PAX Prime.
There you
It's gonna
go.
be
Go to
more
PAX
crowded.
Prime. I think that one's better anyway. So
Yeah, tickets are gonna sell out within about 11 minutes predicted this year, so hopefully I can
Oh,
manage
man.
to get some tickets.
if not, maybe you can find somebody who has an extra one. Because I'm
East
sure there's
Gaming F5.
plenty of Gaming Tribe members who are probably trying to go.
Yeah.
Especially those around that area. Awesome, awesome. I of course have just been playing Diablo 3, and Diablo 3, and probably some more Diablo 3.
You played League with me, Tim.
I did in fact touch League this week.
The only time I've been good at jungle.
It's the only good time you've been at jungle. No, I'm just kidding. Of course, I'm already at level 30, so if you want to learn, don't ask me. Don't play League with me. I think I said that on the first GT Insider.
I have a Smurf account that's probably around most people's levels that are learning to play. It's MLG space clutch. It's got the worst win loss I've ever seen, but I'd be willing to play with pretty much anyone on that account or my main account either too. So
Awesome. I love it. For those of you who don't know, Kat and I started this past week over on Diablo 3, the unofficially official Gaming Tribe clan, and you can find us through the U.S. servers, or the America servers, I guess is what Battle.net recognizes it as, and just search Gaming Tribe, request to join, and we'll get you in there sometime within 24 to 48 hours. Just depends on whether or not I log in that day. So-
Let me interject really quick. If you're already in a clan and don't want to leave, we also have the community channel.
Yeah, and I was going to bring that up. We have another GT member. I believe it's Erwin. Is that correct, Kat?
Hmm?
Is it Erwin that runs the GT community?
Is that Static?
I believe it's Static. His name's Static in game.
So that's what I know him as. So
No,
I
it's
think
not
that's
Erwin.
I don't remember who was it.
I don't
Was
remember.
it Jeff?
I think it's Jeff. Yes, it's Jeff. Jeff Goldsmith, if I remember correctly. So, sorry for getting that
Sorry,
mixed
Jeff.
up. Yeah. Lots of people, lots of names this week. It's been a lot of fun. I think I've spent more time on Skype this week than I have in games, which is just awesome. So I love getting to talk to everyone around the world and talk about games all the time, rather than just here on GT Insider. So,
Dude, Joe, your camera hates you.
yeah.
Yeah. I'll do something about it one of these days. Stupid camera.
We should all start a Kickstarter to get him a new webcam.
All right. Well, we'll go ahead and roll into Kickstarter since you brought it up. We'll roll into the host topics, anyways. Joe, we'll start with you this week and see what host topic you brought to the table, or multiples, because I think you've talked about like 6 already.
Yeah,
Which-
I've got
which-
multiples.
Which 2 did you decide on?
Well, I mean, I decided on one, and you were like, no, but it's okay. I'm gonna wait on my second one till Kat talks about hers, since hers was quite closely related to mine. But the first one, I just wanted to talk about a trend in indie gaming that's sort of been up and coming for a while. Like, ever since really Dungeons of Dreadmore, roguelike games have just become this thing that everybody is playing and continuing to play. Like, it's sort of silly, like, how big it's gotten, because, like, in the original part of games, it was a problem that, like, when you died, you had to restart completely. Like, it was an issue, and you didn't really like it. But, like, once we got save files, people started making games that are specifically coined to the fact that once you die, you have to restart. It was sort of like almost having a traditional game coming back to life, or something, like a traditional style of gaming. My webcam's acting up, whatever.
It's okay. I
But,
just screwed up the stream.
Oh, you did?
Momentarily.
Do I need to restart, or...
No.
But, like, it's just a thing that I've noticed is, like, you know, there's Rogue Legacy now, like, where it's, like, almost a change to the normal roguelike, because Rogue Legacy has, like, DNA that comes from the fact that, oh, you've been picking this kind of character, so we're going to make these 3 new characters you can pick from with your traits, And then there's games like Tower of Guns, which is the one I was talking about last week, where it's like you can unlock new things through your playthroughs that you get to use on your next playthroughs. Like, it's just like people are adding different things to this roguelike, to this whole, once you die, it's game over and you have to restart. But in order to keep you engaged, sort of, they're like either letting you learn how to play the game better or do that. Like with Dungeons of Dreadmore, it's really just, what classes do you like? Oh, you like that, and you'll figure it out as you play through the game because you get to pick like 5 different professions out of like 30, and one of them's like mathematician. Like,
What?
and you use like, there's this one thing, I can't remember what the name of it is, but it's like something's formula, and it lets you teleport to somewhere randomly on the level that you're at. And all this
That's
other sort of
cool.
Dreadmore, if you've never played a roguelike, Dreadmore is a really fun one to start off on, and there is a free DLC for it. Like, it's not a free game, but it's a ton of freaking fun to play. It's got to be one of my favorites. I haven't beaten it, so that's why I haven't written a review on it yet at all. Also, it's been out for a long time, but it's a very fun game to play. But yeah, just roguelikes in general, it's just an interesting trend I've seen in indie games and with how they keep coming out. And at first I was like, oh, it's just indie developers being lazy and not creating a way to make save files. But then I sort of slowly realized that save files really aren't that hard to make. It's really just them exploring a different kind of play that we, with the decline of arcades, sort of fell out, but it's sort of coming back now at the same time.
Arcades haven't declined out. I can show you my garage.
I didn't say fully. I said a little bit.
So, awesome. Okay, so you're gonna save your other one to talk
Yeah.
about after Kat here.
Mhm.
Awesome, Kat. Let's go ahead and get you started on one of your two. I know you brought, well, you brought one, but and a second.
I brought 2, and you were going to steal the other one, and I wouldn't let you.
Of course not.
Yeah.
Right. The first one is this game I came across called Pokemon NXT or Pokemon Next. And it's under development. It's very new still, but it's essentially Skyrim and Pokemon squished together. It uses the Unity 3D web player app, and you're Ash and you run around and you have your Pokemon and you call them out, and then you are the Pokemon and you fight other Pokemon. It's really fun. You use WSD, moves you around. You use the number pad and your... Is there another name for the numbers across the top of the keys, or the numbers up there? Whatever.
Number row.
To
maybe?
control... Huh?
Number row, maybe?
Yeah, I'll go with that. The number row. And you use that to pick what attacks you want to do as well as which Pokemon you use. It's free roaming, and there's other Pokemon just roaming around. It's not very detailed yet, and you can't capture Pokemon yet. But you can you can have combat, so it's really fun. There's 2 versions of gameplay. There's a classic one with the turn-based combat system, but then there's also called NXT Action, so it's combat's real-time, and your moves are hotkeyed. And you gotta be able to do your attacks in the right order in the right time, or else you will faint, and you'll have to bring out your next Pokemon. I guess I'll post a link on my GT profile so you guys can check it out. It's very, very unfinished, but I think this has a lot of potential to be probably the next best Pokemon game out there. Everybody's wanted a free-roam Pokemon game. I don't know who doesn't.
Trust
true.
me, I think I showed it to someone else earlier, and they were like, "What is this? And why haven't I heard of this?"
Yeah, not a lot of people have is what I've noticed, and that's why I'm trying to get the word out, because I think if more people can get together to work on it, it'll become that much better, that much faster.
And especially with the Unity engine is actually incredibly easy to learn how to use, because that's what I use for classes and stuff right now. Like, it's a great little engine, and it, like, the integration between, like, different platforms on it is great. Like, it has built-in ways to develop for Mac, PC, and Linux all at the same time, along with, if you pay extra, Xbox, PS3, all of the, like, Android and iPhone, all those. And plus, like, although I know that most gamers are happy with controller and keyboard, or mouse and keyboard, it automatically integrates, if you code it in correctly, it'll automatically integrate controller controls as well as mouse and keyboard controls at the same time.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's really cool.
Oh, that's what I'm talking about. Kat, you want to bring up that Kickstarter you also mentioned?
Sure. There's a game I came across on Kickstarter. It's called Armello, and it's taking a tabletop and turning it digital. It'll be available on, I believe it was iPad, Mac, Linux, Steam, and if they reach a stretch goal, it'll be available on Android and Windows tablets as well. So I think it's really awesome. Let me see. They're trying to raise 200,000 Australian dollars, and they're about halfway there now. And they've got 24 days to go. It's made by League of Geeks in Melbourne, Australia, and they say they've made a lot of games before, so they have a lot of experience in this. And I've actually never played a tabletop game before, but this is kind of making me want to. Partially because I don't have to buy anything. I don't have a bunch of stuff all over my house that I can lose or have to paint or whatever else like that.
Or have
But-
your snake just happen to want to curl up next to it?
I don't mind the snake doing it. The cat's the one I worry about. He'd probably chew them all.
Yeah.
Or just run
The
off
cat
with
would
it and I'll
get it.
never see it again. But let me read the little story here. It says, the king, once Armello's wise and benevolent ruler, has fallen ill to a dark and mysterious force known only as the Rot that slowly eats his body and soul and drives him to madness. So Armello has these clans, and they're called forth to get their heroes to try to claim the throne, and that's where your adventure starts. So you're fighting against these other clans, and it's dice-based. And I will definitely be posting a link to their Kickstarter because there's tons of information, more so than I can actually say on this without us being here for the rest of the day. And if you back a certain amount, you get access to a special clan called the Ninja Clan, or Bandit Clan, sorry. And that's only for those who back 45 Australian dollars or more. But that's pretty neat. It's a separate clan, so you get different characters. And I'm tempted to find the money for it because you get a squirrel. There's a squirrel, an otter, a fox, and a badger. And I'm like, this little bandit squirrel is the cutest looking thing I've ever seen. And it's hilarious to me. But it's got cards. And I'm pretty sure most people have experience with tabletop games. I don't, so there's not a whole lot more I can say on it. But this looks like it also has a lot of good potential. The quality of the graphics is amazing. I'm already in love with it, and there's not even a demo out.
It
Yeah.
looks. I got to see it from Tim, and it looks really good. Like,
Yes, it
as
does.
somebody like, I do like a lot of tabletop. I'm into Warhammer 40k and War Machine and Malifaux, so I'm into a lot of different ones, and their models actually looked really good compared to Warhammers or 40ks. But that's because Games Workshop is a jerk sometimes. But I just want to say, like, I looked at the game, and it's really interesting that a tabletop like this early, because I haven't heard of this tabletop before, is getting a game to go with it this quickly. Because it took Warhammer a while to do it, but from the looks of it, it looks like it's going to be really good. Because, like, most tabletop games actually turn into video games rather easily. Like, for example, there's Dawn of War 2, or Dawn of War 1 even, are both amazing games in the Warhammer universe. And it's really cool to see one like this come out this quickly and look this good. A benefit to this one, though, is that, from what I saw, it doesn't look like you have to paint your own models. So there is that benefit of you don't actually have to paint, so it's not a ton of work, but you can always strip off paint if you like it. Yeah, I mean, because, like, this is one of the models I've been trying to paint for, like, a long time, and I don't know if you can see it through my terrible webcam, but there's just so much detail to get done with, and I don't have enough time to finish up painting it at all, but one of these days I hope to, because I've got, like, the problem with the games is, like, you get, like, 200 units, and then you're like, oh, now I've got to paint them all and assemble them
My
all
attention span is
so
not
I can
long enough
play.
for that.
Yeah, it's a ton of fun. It's definitely, like, the second... I don't know which hobby comes pre-processed in my brain. Is it gaming or tabletop? It's a tough, contentious fight between the two. It's just, yeah, tabletop's great. And you should definitely try it. If you're a gamer, you will probably enjoy tabletop, and there's tons of lore to go with, like, any of the games in it.
The closest
great.
I ever got to tabletop was when I used to play Magic at this little game store, and I'd watch people do their tabletop, and I'm just
Yeah.
like, how bad would they be if I just pushed everything over? Then I realized I
Oh.
didn't want to die.
I have no idea.
That's like destroying hours and hours of work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if it's just an assembled army, that's a lot of.
Well, I mean, I wasn't gonna go over there and destroy like their painting. I was like, they were in the middle of a game, and like, you know, the table flip kind of. I'd have been like, how mad would they be? But I think all those gamers
Really
ganging up
mad.
on tiny little me, I would be murdered in no time at all.
The funny part is most tabletop stores actually make most of their money off of Magic just because they have to pay so much to like the tabletop companies, especially like the 40K one because it's in Britain. So they have to pay a ton to get the models actually shipped all the way to them. So they actually make almost like a great portion of their money comes from Magic the Gathering sales.
Nice. I didn't know that.
The saving grace of a
funny.
lot of gaming stores. Yeah,
I miss playing Magic. I haven't played it in years. Oh my goodness.
I've got so many cards.
I still have all of my decks tucked away in storage.
The closest I've been to tabletop is Settlers of Catan. So collect all the sheep. I'm sure I would fight.
Yep, collect all the sheep.
I would fight Kirsten for sure on that.
The stream chat actually.
So when you two had stepped away, Kirsten and I was like, we were talking about Settlers of Catan and all this other stuff, and because they're having a tournament at PAX East in it.
Hey, really?
Yeah,
Awesome.
and I was like, oh, I want to play. I really want to know who won the. I really want to know, what do you call it?
Blood Bowl.
Who won the Blood Bowl tournament at PAX East?
Dude,
so if
you know
anyone
what?
knows that
It's terrible.
information, please tag me on GT and let me know where I can find that. I don't know where it's at though.
If anyone knows the people who won the 40K, like as in their factions that they used to win it, please let me know because I'm picking somebody that ran Flying Circus. If anybody knows what that is, but I'm hoping that it didn't win because I hate that list because it's just all the flyers in the world and the flying rules in 40K are just bad. They're ridiculous. It's like, oh, I'm standing on top of the objective point 60 feet in the air. Your units can't touch it because I'm above it.
Awesome. All right, well, we're gonna roll over to Kirsten here, who has brought us one of my favorite topics, the Borderlands pre-sequel. Is that right?
Yeah, pre-sequel.
That's what I'm talking about. Which
Yep.
was a big announcement at PAX East. What are you
It's pretty
bringing
much
to the
the
table
most
on
major
that?
one. Pretty much every single detail so far that I know about it, whether it's the gameplay or the characters.
Lay it on me, because I'm sure I can cut
Oh, I
this
will. I have
segment
plenty
and
to
send it
say.
to plenty of people.
Well, it's a sequel to Borderlands 1, and it's also the prequel to Borderlands 2, which is why it's called Borderlands the Pre-Sequel, and that is the legitimate name for it. Yeah, it's not the third Borderlands, everybody keeps thinking it is, but it's the Borderlands between 1 and 2. And it's not a DLC either. But it's about pretty much Handsome Jack, how he got his rise to power in the second one. Like, where he
Okay.
even came from, where he even started from. Well, first of all, I'm talking about Handsome Jack. A lot of people don't know about him. He's actually was originally a good guy, and started out as a good guy wanting to do the right thing. And his entire goal ultimately was to be the hero and destroy all bandits. And the reason why he had tried killing the Vault Hunters in the second one was because he originally thought the good guys were bandits. Like, he happens to think they're bandits. I don't know. But
You can tell he's a
And-
bit unhinged.
yeah,
Just a-
he slowly like got crazy for no apparent reason at all. Nobody knows. But you
Crazy
play
list.
as the bad guy. It's completely different from the first Borderlands, like the first two ones, because you play as a good guy and a Vault Hunter. But this one, you're a bad guy and on the bad team. So as I said before, it's just pretty much about playing on Handsome Jack's team and building up his rise to power. Originally,
Sounds
where
really-
yeah, it's gonna be great. And originally, where this idea came from, 2K Australia actually randomly contacted 2K USA and was like, "Hey, let's make another Borderlands game, but we don't want to make a third one, so might as well just make a story about Handsome Jack. Why not?" And it was pretty much random and completely out of the blue. That's where it came from. Now, the game is not going to be on new-gen consoles. It's only going to be on PlayStation 3, Xbox 360, and PC, of course. Which
I was about to
think
say.
kind
I was
Yeah.
gonna
That's
get really
right.
sad if you didn't say PC.
No, I wouldn't talk about it if it wasn't going to be on PC.
Fair enough.
But I think it's actually a good idea because a lot of people don't have new-gen consoles, and there's really no point putting it on there because you can't really upgrade the graphics of Borderlands.
Yeah, cel shading.
Yeah,
All you can do is add more guns.
yeah, pretty
Never
much.
have to be.
The thing about this Borderlands is it's apparently going to be completely different from the other two. So it's a whole entire new fresh start of Borderlands. So if you're someone who has never been interested in Borderlands, had no desire to play it whatsoever, or also think the game is repetitive, so kind of quit like halfway through the series, definitely play this new one coming out. It's an entire new take on the entire Borderlands series, new everything, new environments. But I'll get into that in a little bit. I'm going to talk about the characters, in which I'm really excited about. I don't know too much about the classes because it hasn't been announced yet, and I don't know if it's been announced at PAX East recently. I haven't done too much research on that today. But the first main character that you can play as is Nisha the Lawbringer. She was the sheriff of Lynchwood in Borderlands 2, if any of you guys remember.
Yes.
She was also Handsome Jack's girlfriend at the time, and you you were said to have killed her, but nobody knows whether she actually died or not in the game. But I don't know her class at all, but from what I can tell, she's pretty much is just a dual wielding gunslinger. Not too exciting, at least compared to the other classes that are going to be here. So I'm not really interested in her. But the next character is Athena the Gladiator, and she's probably the class I'm most excited about. She's practically just a paladin, but she was the NPC in General Knox's Armory, the DLC for Borderlands 1. She was that, it's pretty good DLC. She was that, like, ninja assassin girl who kind of got in the way a lot. I'm sure most of you remember her, but, her class is, she uses this thing called a kinetic aspis. It's her shield. And she practically just takes all damage. Like, it's apparently really hard for her to die. So she takes all damage with her shield and inflicts it upon whoever she's fighting. So compared to all the other classes, I think she's pretty OP. But I'm really excited about this class because it's the first melee class. I know in Borderlands 2 they had zero, but you didn't really use too much melee at all. But her class is entirely all melee. I don't think you can use guns. You just have a sword and a shield, which I'm completely okay with because I like close-up combat. That's what I prefer. But I don't know too much else about her class right now. The next character is Wilhelm the Enforcer. He was pretty much the first deadly boss in Borderlands 2. One who was, I don't even know, pretty difficult and really annoying. I'm not too sure about his class either. It hasn't been announced, other than he practically plays the support role. He's pretty much just a robot, and as you level up and progress with him, and as you unlock more things in your skill tree, you gain pieces of like robot parts, or for instance like new robot legs, which give you different abilities and powers, whether it's to double jumping or adding more defense or anything of that nature.
That sounds really good.
Any double jumping would have been a huge help in
Exactly.
either of the Borderlands.
I know.
And I'm always drawn to support too, so that's probably where I'm going to go when I get this game.
Yeah, he's a beast, a giant tank.
I'm
He
largely
looks like
ranged
Wolverine too. It's funny.
I don't like being too close to the action. I'm the coward. Let me stay far away and throw things. That's the role I always take.
Max the grenades and rocket launchers and go to town, right?
I saw that. Isn't Claptrap a playable character in this one or something?
I
or was that a joke?
Nope, it's
Okay.
legitimate. He's
Awesome.
gonna be I've been waiting 2 games to be able to play freaking Claptrap because he's the best. I don't even know. So I'll talk about Claptrap right now. Yes, you can play Claptrap or CL4PTP. He's called he's called Claptrap the Frag Trap. Now, I have no idea what the heck his class is. They have not gone into detail with it other than saying his class is Frag Trap, which isn't too helpful. But apparently, when you play first person as him, your camera is angled down at the ground because he's short. It's not like all the other characters.
Oh god.
So I think that's going to be kind of annoying, but I think the way the camera is angled, I'm assuming he's going to be some sort of like class that maneuvers in and out through enemies just pretty much bugging the crap out of everybody. That's Claptrap's ultimate goal. So,
That's what he's best at.
but I've heard of the gun company Borderlands Tediore. Apparently, they're gonna have ice guns and lasers in this Borderlands, and I'm pretty for sure that's what Claptrap is gonna specialize in his elemental weapons by using just like ice guns and lasers and stuff of that nature. But I'm not too sure, unfortunately. But I think out of all the classes, I'll probably play Claptrap because Claptrap.
Yeah.
It's
Nothing
Claptrap.
better than
Play too.
nothing better than just going around and bugging the crap out of enemies and being cute at the
Absolutely.
same time. So
So
pretty stoked about that.
and you got those awesome dance moves. So I mean, come
Oh
on.
my
Yeah,
God.
exactly. You
So-
get like beatbox dubstep everywhere you go. Pretty
Every time
insane.
he does that dubstep thing, I try and find him and just pump as many rounds as I have into him. Just to see if he'll react. He never has. One day, so.
Definitely not. Might not be my forte for music, but
Yeah.
it builds his character quite well. So I think they've done a really good job for that. And if I can find it, I found an interview where the guy who voices Claptrap, his kids actually say that he doesn't really have like a real job. Because he does like voice acting for video game characters, and his first big one was Claptrap. If I can find that, I'm totally gonna go post it
Please
somewhere.
do. I need to see that.
So
I would
That's
love to
really
see that.
funny.
that's, I mean, I'm pulling that from when Borderlands 2 first came out, but I'm pretty sure I saw it on PC Gamer or something like that, and I'll search for it pretty hard. If not, you can just pester me until I find it. So,
Do so.
but
Anyways, Borderlands pre-sequel is gonna have a completely new environment. It's taking place on Pandora's moon instead of Pandora itself.
that's what I'm most excited about.
That's
Yep,
awesome.
which means low gravity and no atmosphere. And so, for Wilhelm, how he has the ability to double jump, I personally think that's completely pointless, and they should have added it in the other Borderlands, because if you have low gravity, you can jump as high as you want anyways, regardless.
Yeah.
So, it's pretty silly.
I'm
But-
seeing it more as the ability to like jump forward and then go off of a cliff almost like instantly.
Yeah.
And things like that. So you can alter the terrain of like crevices and stuff like that.
Yep.
So if you're in a crater or something, that's what I'm most excited about. Is that it's
Yeah.
going to open a whole new level of like level design. Is just going to be
Mhm.
so much more
This
three dimensional.
one is going to be it's going to be even more open world than the other two Borderlands.
Yeah.
More freedom to explore.
The interesting thing about it being on the moon is, like, if you looked around enough, there was actually an audio. I'm sorry if this is a spoiler for anyone, but there's an audio log of when Handsome Jack was just like a nameless worker at Hyperion, where he's getting yelled at by his supervisor for deploying some sort of base or something on Pandora's moon, or something like that. Like,
Yep.
they yell at him. I remember that. And so when you said that's really cool that they, like, they had that small little storyline that sort of showed you his rise. And now they're actually expanding that into a full actual game.
Yep. They're getting
Yeah,
into
that's
major
really
detail with
awesome.
this.
Yeah.
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
Great.
Well, on Pandora's moon, it's pretty much, just an entire base of, like, Handsome Jack and all of the stuff. The environment's going to be completely different. I know for a lot of people, they didn't like Borderlands, not only because of the graphic style, but because the environment was repetitive. Everything was rustic, everything looked the same, and everything had the same detail. And it wasn't like, there wasn't different climates or environments. I mean, for number 2, they had, like, ice
snow and
areas.
Nice. Yeah.
Yep. The 2 worst climates in every game possible. Ice and desert. But apparently, this Borderlands is going to have all new environments, which are mainly like lunar environments, but I don't know. Anything's better than having repetitive rustic desert. So,
For those people
Pretty
who
stoked
like
about
Kerbal Space Program and Borderlands, I have no idea. I'm throwing stuff out there. I was
I
reading
love
over the
Kerbal.
tournament list for PAX East, and Kerbal Space Program is a tournament apparently, and I'm like, I don't know how that happens, but
like
it's
having
probably
Minecraft as a
seeing
tournament.
who can land on the sun or something like that.
yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I've had that game for like almost like 6 months now. And I still haven't managed to land on the moon. I either lose them in orbit or I can't get out of orbit. Like, I can't do it.
All right, so that's your task for this week is to figure out how to get on the moon. And then your task for the next 2 weeks is to figure out how to beat the guy whoever wins at PAX East. You have to be able to beat him. So, who probably has like some ridiculous amount of hours on just Kerbal Space Program.
1,000 hours.
It's okay. I've seen a lot of GTers who play that game, and I know several friends of mine have tried to get me to play it. All in due time. I will get around to playing everything once I retire, probably. So, awesome. What else? You got? I know you've got more.
Oh, I do. I'm gonna talk about the features of the game.
Absolutely.
I wish I had more to tell about this game overall, but unfortunately they haven't released too much information, and I'm like grasping all I can. And I think today they were gonna announce a lot of big things at PAX East, so. So as I mentioned before in the game, there's low gravity, no atmosphere. And with no atmosphere it means low oxygen. So it's not like the normal Borderlands where you can just breathe air whenever you want.
Sometimes we take that for granted.
I know. So you have low oxygen. You have to have oxygen tanks on you 24/7 in order to breathe air, obviously, because you're in space, which I think is kind of a nuisance because you have to worry about keeping your oxygen levels up 24/7. Like, that's something that's always going to be on your mind all the time. Like, you're not even going to care about the exploration or, like, the bad guys because you're going to be too focused on constantly finding, like, air for your oxygen tank. And I don't know... Yeah, I don't know if any of you have ever played the Metro series, like Metro 2033 or Last Light. It was a pain having to get filters and having to breathe air all the time and having to worry about that when you're above ground. Like, I'm sorry, that was really annoying. So I'm kind of disappointed that they have that they're gonna have that on this Borderlands. But I guess it's kind of a mandatory thing since, you're on the moon. Yeah. And I'm sure there's some places where there are gonna be air, like inside buildings and bases. So I'm not too worried about that. But I think it's also cool though because they're making oxygen a resource and a strategy. Like, it's gonna make the entire game strategic because of the oxygen, apparently. And another good thing about having oxygen tanks is because you can use it as a jetpack.
Nice.
And having a jetpack with low gravity, it's gonna be freaking awesome. You're gonna be able to fly as high as you want. Go like wherever you want, and which, as I said, it's kind of pointless to have Wilhelm have a double jump because you can fly wherever you want, as fast as you want, when you want.
Well, I guess if you're not outside in the terrain, there's probably some indoor portions that have artificial gravity, so that may or may not be useful.
That's true. I never thought about that.
Also, you wouldn't have to waste oxygen by using a jetpack if you have a double jump. You might be able to get wherever you need to go, and also dodge moving in midair would be probably. I would assume it's going to be really slidey in midair since it's low gravity with a jetpack. Mm-hmm. Wilhelm can probably immediately change directions in mid-jump if he uses the second jump. Would be my assumption. I can't be sure on that. I haven't played it.
Ultimately, overall, though, I think Wilhelm's going to be the ideal class for everything.
UB6 in the stream chat says Claptrap shouldn't need O2. Should be an advantage to playing him.
Oh, yeah. I never thought about that. He's a robot.
You have to listen to him.
Oh, yeah, you have to listen to him.
You were mentioning Last Light. I remember in that game, there was a portion where it was like 30 minutes straight of being above ground for like 3 chapters. And I ran out of filters on the last portion of that section. I spent at least a good 3 hours trying to find 2 filters in the last building. And then there was this one part where there was like a wave part where like a bunch of enemies would show up and start shooting at you, and I would have to beat that quickly enough so that I could get across. And once I died mid cutscene of when they're pulling you across into the building with oxygen and had to do it again, I spent 3 hours.
I had the same problem. Oh my gosh, I died so many times at that. Yeah, it's
terrible.
Really a big pain. I don't know. I hate having to worry about things like oxygen levels in games because I just want to enjoy it and not have to worry about something like that 24/7.
Yeah.
I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal on Borderlands. I'm hoping, at least.
Borderlands is like has always been nice enough to always keep you well supplied. Like, it's like you have a limited number of bullets, but how often do you run out of bullets if you're not using more than one of the same type of gun?
Exactly. It's
You're,
like,
yeah.
oh, there's a vending machine conveniently right there. Let's stock up on ammo. Okay.
It's like, oh, there's a vending machine, and right across from it, a bandit camp full of bodies
Yeah.
full of bullets.
I don't even know how Dr. Zed got over here, but apparently there's a vending machine here.
Yeah.
Good point, though. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm interested to see how. Have you heard anything about the vehicles or like?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, I've heard a bit about vehicles, not too much details, other than that all of the vehicles are going to be completely different from the first two Borderlands, because I know Scooter never really upgraded, all the vehicles were the same. But,
Will Scooter still be in it?
good question. I really don't know. I think that'd be pretty cool, though, if Scooter somehow managed to have his own company on the moon
That's right.
while he's down at Pandora at the same time. Catch a
Ouch.
ride.
Now, at 23% less death than 48%. That's down from last year, folks. Hold your applause.
That was
I love Scooter. And the
I know
poem.
Scooter's the best.
That's what I'm talking about. Awesome. I know you
Yeah.
can keep going. Are you gonna keep going? I don't
I have
mind at all. I love this game. So
I have a bit more to say. With having oxygen tanks, you have the ability, all characters have this ability, where when you fly up, if you just like tap A or anything, you can do this thing called a ground pound, also known as a butt slam.
Yes, I love
Yep.
those.
Yep, you get a freaking fly up in the air and you just slam down on the ground, but what's great about it is you can cause like a giant earthquake and blows all enemies away. And you can do this as much as you want. So I think
That's awesome.
this game won't be too much of a challenge because you have so many like abilities to just do mindless things. I don't even know.
Yeah, that sounds
But-
super awesome. The more you talk, the more I want to buy it now.
I just
Yeah.
teared up because like you just brought one of like my favorite things about like Banjo-Kazooie from the
Oh gosh, I
N64
love that game.
into a Borderlands
Nostalgia.
game.
Banjo Kazooie, Mario 64, Donkey Kong 64.
Donkey Kong 64.
You just
Bump
brought
on
in-
those buttons.
You just brought an N64 gameplay mechanic
Yep.
into this.
I
I'm
know.
sure it
It's
existed
like
somewhere
one of the
before
best
that.
games ever.
The
but-
ground pound is like Nintendo bragging about having the Z button finally on a controller.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it existed sometime
Exactly.
beforehand, but I mean, those are the games that I remember it the most in. And now you're telling me I can do it in Borderlands
Yep.
Yay.
Yeah.
on the moon, much
All
less.
the more reasons to buy it. Yeah, low
Yeah.
gravity and ground pounds. What could be better? Fantastic.
Have they put out a date at all?
Yeah, it's going to be released sometime in fall 2004. Unfortunately,
14
as much
or
as I'd
4?
like it to 2004.
Okay, because
I
if
was
it was
like,
2004,
2004.
I was like, wow, they're going
Did
back
I
in time.
say that? Whoops.
A pre-sequel?
Yeah. No, it's going to be released this fall 2014. As much as I would like it to be released now because I want to play it, but I don't know. Overall, this game ultimately has a new look on combat and a new look on everything. It's practically just an entire redone Borderlands game. It's going to be completely different from the first two. So as I have stated before, if you're someone who really has like no desire in playing Borderlands due to the repetitive fact and repetitive environments, definitely play this one that's going to come out. Because just overall, a completely new gameplay, a new look on combat. I don't know. I'm just really stoked for it.
I'm still looking forward to the Telltale version of Borderlands.
What?
They're doing like you know, The Walking Dead, the episodic
Oh
series.
my gosh.
They're doing one for
Wait,
Borderlands.
they're really doing that?
Yeah. It's been around for like a year. If they're
That would
still
be
pulling
fun.
my chain on that, I'd be a little mad.
Can't believe
But
that's gonna be a thing.
I'm
That would
gonna
be
probably have to be forced to buy a handheld.
With this-
Yeah.
Other than I think a Game Boy Color was the last thing I had.
yes,
So
Tim. Join me on Kid Icarus.
maybe.
Surprising.
So yeah, I'm still looking forward to that. Telltale's still interested, as far as I know, and they haven't said anything against it.
Yeah.
So
I
I think
I
I think the pre-sequel is taking more precedence, but
Yeah.
I like how
Oh my gosh,
I like-
I have the same
Still
one.
works.
I have
like how,
the green one.
I like how 2K dodged around them saying that they weren't going to make a third Borderlands for a long time by making a pre-sequel instead. Like they said,
Yeah.
they said there was not going to be a Borderlands 3 in the foreseeable future, and then they were like
Yeah.
pre-sequel.
Yep.
I'm fine with
Everybody
this.
thought it was the third one. It was like,
Yeah.
oh, they're finally making a third Borderlands. And it's like, nope, just Borderlands between 1 and 2.
We're
Sorry.
just
'cause
making a
that's-
1.5.
That's definitely what I thought until
Teasing
like I
us.
saw the title. I was like, what's that even mean? Because
Yeah.
pre-sequel, there's already a 1, so what is it?
Sequel to Borderlands 2 and prequel to Borderlands 2.
Absolutely.
That's such a cop out, but at the same time, it's still really awesome. It's like,
I mean,
fuck.
it's a really interesting story that I'm sort of happy we're exploring because Handsome Jack was a
Yep.
really interesting character, and we actually, like, legitimately, you didn't learn anything about him throughout the game other than that he used to be a peon at Hyperion and that you should
Yeah.
hate him because he's a jerk. Like, that's all you really learned.
Yeah, pretty much. But apparently in this Borderlands, you pretty much end up loving Handsome Jack, which I kind of find that hard to believe because, yeah, the second one hated him a lot.
I mean, I loved him for Butt Stallion because that was just fantastic.
Yeah, exactly,
and
Bud
funny.
Stallion.
Nice.
That
I
made me
think I'm
laugh
gonna
so much.
enjoy playing on the side of the bad guys for a little bit. That'll be kind of nice.
Yeah, I think it's really interesting twist rather than playing the hero or a vault hunter. You just play alongside Handsome Jack as a bad guy.
Yeah, it's gonna
I'm
be
completely
cool.
okay with that.
I wonder if like there's gonna be Vault Hunters somehow on the moon for some reason, and you're gonna have to fight them, and they'll be like boss people, sort of like we had the bandits of the last game. Because I can't see there being a ton of bandits on the moon of Pandora. Honestly,
Yeah,
it doesn't
exactly.
make quite. It doesn't make very much sense.
I'm not quite sure who we're going to be fighting other than, like, I don't know, members of Hyperion or anybody
Hmm.
like that. But
Yeah, we'll get there when we get there. I'm sure there'll be
Yep.
guns. So,
Yes,
of course.
I'm a big
I
guns
need
guy.
I need my Tediore.
Yep, TDR for the win.
Oh my gosh. Awesome. Alright, so I knew that would take a long time because
Yeah,
I
there's just so much to
absolutely
talk
love
about
it.
it.
Also,
Absolutely.
why I didn't want to spend too long on the Armello thing. I was like, because I could have said more, but I was like, I really want to hear about Borderlands.
I wish I had more to say.
have
I'm
a
sure you
lot.
will by like tomorrow.
Yeah, tomorrow, once everything's released at PAX East.
Yes.
I'm definitely
So-
gonna have to look that up now.
Yeah, do you know when the pre-orders go up? Or are they already up?
I'm not for sure. Nope, they're not already up. I'm assuming sometime midsummer is when it's gonna happen.
I'm sure local retailers probably have the ability to go and give them money already, but
Yeah,
Uh,
definitely gonna be a game I'm gonna pre-order, and I don't pre-order very often.
yeah, I've pre-ordered a couple things. These two things right back here, and that's about it. So, uh,
The only thing I
Pre-order that
pre-ordered is
stuffed
Goat
animal?
Simulator.
no, that stuffed animal. I put it. That stuffed animal is an awesome story behind that. If you know the little crane vending machines or whatever they are, that you put some money in and you try to win you try to get something. I came across one in a Walmart and it already had 75 cents of a dollar in there, so I dropped a quarter in and got it first try because I was coming out of the store and
Such luck.
I was like,
I hate those things. I never win anything.
I know. Waste
I
so
can
bad.
teach you the
money on
trick. I can teach you the trick. So
Yeah.
I got the little holiday pup sitting here. It's the closest thing I'll have to owning a dog because dogs are actually expensive, whereas this guy only cost me a quarter. So
Next machine you get, Tim. Get a claw machine.
I'll get a claw machine for my arcade business. I'll put I'll make it super like triangles that are just on the ground that when the claw goes down it just slips right off and never
If you ever want to see some rage, that would be it right there. Just put a hidden camera.
Yep.
This should go viral so fast.
Yeah. That's what I'll do. I'll give Joe like $10 and tell him that if he can win it, I'll give him a DDR machine or something like that.
Oh my god.
He'll be there for the rest of his life.
At least the DDR machine should be getting fixed finally, Tim.
I do have the images and I am trying to work on it. So I'll
Yes.
update you that later this week. So that is something that came outside of GT. So
My workout regimen will finally be coming back to me.
workout. You don't need a workout. You got diabetes. You got diabetes. You don't have to work out, right? You just have to maintain sugar intake and insulin levels.
Yeah.
So
I remember when I was younger, I wanted to buy one of the metal dance mats. Those things were like $50 shipping alone. But then I actually tried to play DDR at an arcade and it didn't work because I weighed a lot less then, so it wouldn't register my steps. I think I was like 95 pounds, and
Wow.
I kept missing my steps, and I'm like, but I made it. Because I don't know, I guess I wasn't stepping heavy enough, so I was like, forget it, I'm not buying one. I hated those flimsy ones though; they'd break so quickly.
Yeah,
They-
I went
I
like
had a
20 of them.
plastic one. I had a plastic one and I broke it like just because I had to fold it to store it up, and it
Yeah.
finally like the left one wouldn't work, and it drove me nuts because I can double A this one song on expert, but every time it would make me have like a good instead of a perfect or a great, and it would throw
That would
it
happen with
completely
all of
off.
mine too. I was always buying new mats all the time because they'd always break.
I'll
Yep, or
repair
slipping on
mine.
them.
Yeah, I'll repair mine sometime whenever I can. I've been trying for a while.
Road trip to Tim's house.
And no, I'll just road trip it over to PAX Prime and we'll meet up with
Do
Kirsten
it.
over there. And
Guys.
I'll actually just set up a booth. We'll set up a booth.
Yeah,
We'll just have a
that'd
DDR
be
machine.
booth. You
So-
can
I'm
make
down.
money.
The thing.
Well,
Yeah, let's make this happen.
Dude,
uh,
that'd be really cool.
I'd have to look up the dates and everything first. So I do have other obligations.
End of August, beginning
Oh,
of
they
September.
can wait.
Well, I
You
mean,
would actually make back the money on that DDR machine, I bet, if you did that though.
probably
Yeah.
probably in one day. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't have to make the money back on the machine that's already been done. I just need to make
You
the
have
money
to-
back to take it all the way across country and set it up.
You'd end up
Uh,
having
You
to
make a
empty the quarter
competition out of
bucket.
that.
We'll just turn on free play and make them pay before they even step on. So
Ooh, good one.
that's and then all GT members get VIP access in the line. I think
Yep.
that's the way we should do it.
What a
Uh,
pack.
I agree.
So if they show up at PAX Prime, we'll figure out something, right? Great. Now, Kirsten, make sure you keep me updated when those tickets go on sale. I'll see
I
what
will.
happens.
They go on sale apparently 1 or 2 days after PAX East.
All right.
They
sweet.
haven't given a specific date, so it's like, yeah, I don't even know.
I will probably be doing a presentation for school sometime when they're live. So that
Okay,
stinks.
probably. Well,
Damn, there's always Dragon Con.
Yeah, we can go to Dragon Con, but
I
true,
need to
but
go
it's
to that
not like
one.
devoted to completely gaming, so it's not the
Yeah.
same.
it's okay. We'll get Jamie Heidemann from MythBusters up on the DDR machine, and that will go
That's
viral.
great.
So
Yeah, that
definitely would.
would.
I love MythBusters, so sorry. Anyways, let's talk a little GT here. I definitely want to re-highlight the post about all the verification process and loot drop and all this other stuff once again because people still need to hear it. And of course, it helps for those of us who also have to hear it. So Angel posted earlier this week, and I'm just going to read this entire post, and I am a terrible reader. So here we go. Here are a few things that you should do to improve your chances at winning the various giveaways. You go to your Gaming Tribe profile, you edit your profile, and you make sure that all your personal information is accurate. You make sure it's complete, and are on the large prizes for ML giveaways. They have to verify that information to match government issued photo identification. And that is how they clarify whether or not you are eligible to win. So if your information is incorrect, if you have a nickname or something like that, then you need to fix it. Just to be safe, I put Timothy instead of Tim. I know a lot of people call me Timothy on GT, and that's perfectly fine with me. It's my name.
I'm gonna have
But
to change mine.
but honestly, I would rather just have my Delca show up and go from there.
I think I'm the only person to get away with using a nickname before they started GT on Facebook because I don't have my real name on my Facebook.
Yeah.
But
and-
I've never really been disqualified for so that's because I've talked to Angel on a one-on-one basis before, so like he knows me, I think. Sort of.
Yeah, but I think
That was
we're
also a long time ago too, though. Like
They-
before it was as
yeah.
big as it is now.
Yeah, I mean, my GT profile does have my real name because I was like, why not?
So
My name's about
Uh,
to be a lot longer on GT than though.
Facebook's one thing, but on the GT side of the house, definitely make sure that it's the same, basically your birth given name that shows up on your ID or your legal name, how it is now. So on that same page, make sure you click over on the My PC information tab and complete. It's down towards the bottom a little bit. Make sure you complete that section. And it's really important because ML apparently uses all that information to help design future promotions. So, say a sponsor wants to look up and see what everyone's processors are and notices that people are behind on their CPUs. They're not updated. So maybe they want to do a loot drop of just processors.
Which
I would be down for
I'd be
that.
okay with that.
I think everyone would. So I can see how RAM it would be a really big thing. Maybe there's a lot of people that have empty RAM slots on their computers and
Right
want to
here.
do that. And this is just speculation. I'm just telling you how they could use this information, the way that I've observed it. Uh, so this is something that even I had to do. I got a notification saying that I needed to update my photo. My photo was basically me looking like this at my computer screen. So I got a request to make sure that my photo is of my entire complete face. And that way that people can once again verify that it is you inside that picture as well as you on your ID, because that's the way government IDs are.
Yeah.
So
tips are-
if it's the back of your head or something like that, for extra clarification, to be safe, turn around, make it your face. Personally, I don't think that I don't like the way government IDs are. I have a stone cold face on all my IDs, and some people have even said I look like I am ready to kill someone. But I'm a gamer, and most of the time when I take a government ID, I have to be there at 8 o'clock in the morning, and I'm still asleep, so I look like a zombie.
Yeah.
Let's see here. So make sure it's your headshot. Make sure it's your face actually shown, so they can confirm once again that it's you on that ID as well as you behind the computer, and that's really just going to help. And the other reason for that is because the pictures of the giveaway winners are displayed to other members via their the Gaming Tribe smart card system. So you really, really want to make sure of that. And plus, it gives us a face to a name. So I like that a lot. Terrible with names, great with faces.
Tim, I have a quick question though. What about if somebody had like a full body picture, but you can't really see their face like super well in it? How does that work then?
If
Zoom
it's their full if their full face is still facing forward, I assume it's okay. I don't think it's going to be extremely strict.
Okay.
But if you really, really are interested in the giveaways, I'm not so much interested in the giveaways anymore. I love the community. I love the fact that it's replacing Facebook for me.
Yes.
I'm sick and tired of looking at.
I never go on Facebook anymore.
Yeah, I'm so sick and tired of looking at my Facebook. I think I've posted like twice over there in the last 2 weeks, and everything else I've done is just click share on everything
Yep.
GT and ML related, which is
All you
just
do.
awesome. So yeah. Joe, you would know. You still talk to people on Facebook.
Yep. Yeah,
I
I still
can't-
use my Facebook, just not as often.
The
But
camp I work at uses it for communication, so I'll never be able to cut myself off fully until they all move to GT, of course.
it's until they move to GT when you go back later in the summer, right?
Yeah.
Awesome. But definitely, if you're really interested in winning the giveaways, make sure it's your face, similar to what I'm kind of sitting here like this right now, similar to kind of how we are right here. Just pull up your webcam, take a picture, go from there. Pull out your phone, take a picture, go from there.
Selfies.
Selfies. So
It is
absolutely,
selfies,
just do that. If you don't want
Hashtag GT selfie.
hashtag
Oh,
GT
God.
selfie. Somebody
Let's
can
not
go
make
start
that a
that.
thing.
Somebody go
No.
start that. Who wants to be the first one?
I
It's
could
got to
do
be
it.
Joe or Kat.
I haven't used the hashtag yet. Well, okay, I'll use
It's
hashtags
Joe.
every once in a while.
It's
That's
Joe.
not yeah.
Go,
'cause mine are
Joe.
almost
Yeah,
always.
nominate Joe.
You just
He
volunteered.
just dropped for
yourself
the
for that
call.
once.
we. Oh my gosh! Yes, there's a problem with this call, and it screws up the stream.
No.
Joe.
I don't know what happened. I clicked a tab and it killed everything. I'll be
See?
back.
There
Okay.
he is.
I was about to do hashtag selfie and then I clicked
Oh.
browser and my computer's just like, nope. Gotcha.
All right. Well, hashtag selfie apparently does not like to be used on live streams.
Yeah.
Nope.
I guess we're invading Instagram's territory or
Understandable.
something. I have no idea. So,
I'm gonna
uh,
just give me like, I'll figure something out.
okay. All right. So once again, make sure you click over on that same tab. Make sure your PC information is good. Make sure you have a headshot photo. Make sure all your information is complete, and also make sure you edit on the same page to upload a photo of your PC as well. I have the inside of my PC showcasing the most awesome i5 2500K on my that's Intel. I'm sorry, but it has my stock cooler on it because my aftermarket cooler is no longer there. But its fan quit spinning, so when you can watch the fan spin, you know it's not doing anything to help. So I'm looking for a new aftermarket cooler. Actually, what I'm really doing is I'm looking for a motherboard CPU upgrade. So, anyways, make sure you update the PC photo, something that proves that the information you inputted in is in fact your PC. Some people asked me about laptops. Just take a picture of your laptop. That's perfectly fine with me. Take a picture of your laptop with some game that you're playing on the screen, or a laptop. The most creative picture I've seen is a laptop where they pulled up in an image saying, "I wish this was a desktop."
Oh.
Unfortunately, they since changed that because it was their profile picture, and I wish they would make that their PC picture. But who knows?
Also, you get PC on GT, so be creative with it because you can have a lot of fun with naming your computer.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah,
mine,
name your computer.
mine is currently Diabuda's Temple.
Mine is Blue Boy, because it's decked out in all blue lights. Blue and orange go really well together. So
I'm all blue too.
I named mine Kados off of GLaDOS from Portal because this thing pisses me off all the time. There's always something wrong with it. Always.
Oh.
Who knows where I can get pink fans or pink lights to replace my computer color lights? Please let me know.
you can probably find them on Newegg.
I've looked everywhere for them. I haven't really checked Newegg too hardcore though, so I'll have to do that.
all the parts I built my computer with were from Newegg originally.
Here, except for my
Neweg's the way to go.
my graphics card's from Best Buy because it was a Christmas present for my parents. But that's okay because it's a good card.
Newegg is not the way to go. To be honest with you, I found a better deal from Walmart.
Really?
Wow.
On a cooler, and it was like $30 cheaper. It was like $15 cheaper after a $20 off coupon from Newegg. So I hate to break it to you guys, but it pays to shop. But I actually didn't use anything to shop. I have a program on my computer that is a startup company that they are designed around you. It's a plug-in for Google Chrome, and since I saw that most users on GT are Chrome users, whenever you buy anything off a major e-commerce retailer, it pops up, identifies the shopping cart, the item you put in it, and it does an instant price check against all other major retailers
Nice.
for the exact same product. So if you buy from Amazon, Newegg, whatever, I did that and it popped up with Walmart, and I was shocked. Absolutely shocked.
That's
Yeah, I
pretty
wouldn't
awesome.
expect that from Walmart.
Yeah, I didn't even know Walmart had all-in-one liquid cooling units. So
I knew them for like router stuff.
Yeah. yeah,
Nothing else really. Mice, printer stuff, but cooling.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They're
That's
obviously
interesting.
expanding.
Yeah.
It's on their online side of the house. It's not necessarily in their stores. Joe, you just got really quiet.
I did.
You said something and like nothing came out.
It's whatever. I was saying the same thing you said, so it's
Oh.
okay.
Okay. Uh, anyways, to continue on the loot drop giveaways, I'm just going to read this word for word, but once again, this is Angels talking. Our loot drop giveaways have become a unique feature on our network and a way to reward active Gaming Tribe members. The loot drop algorithm checks our user network activity and ranks the top 200 plus members on a weekly basis. So this isn't just being active like one day. This is being active all week. And then randomly it selects a winner from that group. Additionally, all the previous requirements must have been fulfilled. So once again, your PC profile, your profile picture, your PC photo has to be up there. All this needs to be done in order to qualify for loot drop. So when the next one hits, you better have all this stuff done.
These packs are
No
also
pressure.
for getting verified as well, so you can post pictures to GT.
Yeah, and the last
Yes.
thing is verification. To post images on Gaming Tribe, you have to be verified, which you can check that by going to your profile, and if there's a check mark right next to your name, then you've been verified. In
I
order to
don't
be
think you
verified,
have to go to your profile anymore because every time I go to GT, there's a little tab that has my name right there, so you can just look
Yeah.
right there and see the check mark.
I was about to say that the
Or you get a message from
I
Gaming
keep
Tribe.
doing that to you.
yeah, it's okay. It's okay. We're all in the know, so that's what it's all about. But the previous requirements, once again, have to be there in order to be eligible for verification. They verify on a regular basis. However, verified members who do not comply with their posting policy, which you can see underneath the Mass Luminosity post, if you go to their fan page, the easiest way to do that is to click the ML logo that's on the right side of the page there. You click that, go straight to the fan page, and you just kind of scroll down and look for it. But if they do not comply with posting policies or they remove one of the requirements that have been listed, so if you change like your PC photo to something that is no longer your PC, or is your updated PC and you forget to update the information, you can become unverified.
Nice.
And
Keeping up with that.
it's just you have to remain active. You have to interact with people. So it's not just posting status update after status update. You have to go and actually like and comment and interact with people. And when you're posting relative stuff, people will also come on and do that for you as well. They don't, no one likes spam. It doesn't matter who you are.
That's what Facebook is for.
That's what Facebook is for.
Yeah.
That's why
Absolutely.
we left it.
Yeah, that's why we left it. But just remember that even if you are verified, you can become unverified. A lot of times, in this early stages, if you're under threat of being unverified, I imagine you'd be like me and you get a message real quick and say, hey, we want to make this a little bit stricter on our policies. And if that's the case, then by all means, I'm willing to change it. So it takes all of 15 seconds. I think I just pulled a photo off of my hard drive that I already had, and
Which is
went from
actually
there.
a hilarious photo, by the way.
I love that
Yeah.
photo. And I'm gonna update it with a new one that's kind of imaging the same exact one right after this. So stay tuned for that. So,
This toolbar is really upsetting me.
Yeah, for some reason it just keeps going
It
blank
only
now.
shows up when I'm on my when I'm on my profile, the Gaming Tribe toolbar shows up. When I try to go to my news feed, it's like, no.
Oh, reportable.
Yeah, apparently everybody's complaining about that today.
Yeah.
it's fine.
Yeah, all around the newsfeed.
They'll fix it quickly. They're really good about fixing bugs.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're-
that's why I'm not going to really. It's just a
Yeah,
minor.
don't bother
annoyance.
complaining about it.
Even if your toolbar disappears and you see a notification, you can click on the number still and it still works.
Yeah.
That's
But-
cool.
And everything else that you need from the toolbar, you can pretty much access from the little side menu anyways. So it's the toolbar is just a toolbar. It's nice, but honestly, I think I use the little gray box a whole lot more just because it has everything I need to click on there. Absolutely. Make sure you guys, if you have any questions, just find me, find anyone. Go post on Angel's post there. Go post on the ML fan page, and just be like, "Hey, I want to figure this out." Somebody will get up on there with you. Once again, I've seen a couple people ask about posting on other people's pages. You have to understand that people are still trying to test the server loads. We just migrated to a new server. So until everything settles in on that, some information was lost. I think I lost a couple of my messages. I'm not sure if people realize that or not. But it's okay. And for all I know, somebody on the other side might have deleted it. So they weren't that important. Yeah, denied me the ability to go back and look at these messages. But everything is a steady process. We don't want to have happen the server crashes and all that other stuff. We want GT to be up all the time for everyone, which was the whole point of the server migrations. So I honestly think that they're doing it in the right way, and I fully support it.
Gradual. I gotta take things one step at a time.
Yeah, and that's another reason why I'm not really posting a whole lot of images, because I don't want to cause any unnecessary load. I'm gonna post a couple of images here in a little bit, so I'm gonna start or close inside of here because I really like the fact that this entire episode pretty much revolved around Borderlands.
Yeah.
So
Can
topic.
we have a little Q&A thing? Because I have acquired, I think, 4 or 5 questions from the chat.
absolutely, we
Yeah.
can do that.
Let's see. So, I can't pronounce that one, but the first 3 letters of their screen name on here is ANW. It's a Kirsten-related question. They want to know when you started cosplaying.
And that's from George, by the way.
Right. I haven't memorized everyone's Twitch name yet.
I mean, it's okay.
I got you to catch me.
I started cosplaying maybe about 2 years ago, but I didn't really make it a legitimate hobby until this year because I'm hoping to make it like a side career eventually. And this year was the year I majorly got extremely into it to the extent where I make costumes 24/7 now. That's what I do in my free time other than playing video games, of course. But yeah.
And the next question is UB6, also for you, saying who you go as.
Who I go as. A fair amount of people, really. Mainly right now I'm focusing on League of Legends champions. I went as Katarina at Emerald City Comic Con a few weeks ago.
Nice.
I don't know if you see my profile on GT. It's a picture of me in my Katarina cosplay. You can't really see it except for my sword and shoulders. But League of Legends characters primarily. Right now I'm working on making Zed from League of Legends, that cosplay right now, because he's really cool. And I'm also working on Halo 4 Venator suit.
Okay, if you're going to do the Zed costume, you need to find someone else that will go with you to be your shadows.
Yeah.
Dude!
I vote me if you cover
Oh my gosh.
expenses.
All you have to
Oh, I
do is
wish.
find
If
2
I had
people
money,
to be your
I'd
shadows.
Bring all of you guys here.
And I'm
Dude.
really tiny too, so I
That's such a
travel.
good idea.
There you go. There you go.
Oh my
So
gosh,
take your
brilliant.
cosplay to a
Okay.
whole new level.
And then find
I will.
us playing Teemo and have all the shadows surround him, take him down.
Oh yeah. Okay, yes, please.
That'll be awesome.
Hate Teemo. Well, I have a Teemo hat right here that someone can wear.
I have to say I love your room, by the way. Like,
Thanks.
I just want to steal everything and fit it in my apartment.
It's pretty nerdy. Like my walls are plastered in like I don't even know Halo posters and Fallout posters and Borderlands and stuff.
And Minecraft in the background. So
Thanks, my creepy head
there you go.
He's been sitting there being a creeper the whole video.
and my creepy Pikachu that's peeking out right there,
That's
being
even
weird.
better.
And Totoro,
And my
Question-
Totoro.
question number 3 is, and I guess this is for Borderlands, is why they can't create an option to build your own base and equip it with whatever you want from an item pool or something. And that's
That'd
from
be like tower defense.
Dude, I would love a Borderlands
That
tower
would-
defense game.
Yeah, that'd be pretty great.
I can't say like the Plants
I
vs
have armies of
Zombies.
claptraps.
Oh yeah, the Plants vs Zombies game. on like the one that's on Steam. It's like the Game of the Year edition now, which is terrible compared to the original, but it's okay.
What's the difference?
I don't know, but I have 70 hours on that game.
Oh my god.
So
Wow.
Jesus Christ.
Stop.
yeah, it's a problem, and none of that is sitting in the menus. By the way, I know Steam records menu time sometimes, but all of that is in the game, playing
Wow.
it. I even have some people who watched me play most of that.
Watched
So
you?
yeah, I've had some buddies of mine who are big tower defense guys, and they wanted to see how I beat like certain levels, so they will sit there and watch me play Plants vs Zombies. And I'm stoked for the Garden Warfare, which is like it looks so crazy, but
Is it coming to PC? Because
Yeah,
I've
I like
it's
graphics.
coming to PC, and
Oh,
because I watched Rooster Teeth or Achievement Hunter do some Let's Plays in it, and it looks like a ton of fun to do.
yeah, if it wasn't an Xbox One game or even a console game for that matter, and once it comes out on PC, I'm probably going to get it. And
Definitely.
unfortunately, I think it's going to be through Origin. Uh, I wish Origin would just quit stealing all the good games and let Steam just do Steam
Yeah, I know.
things.
I agree.
So, uh, I mean, when I have to use Steam to launch a Origin program and then have to
Yep,
go through
that's what I
Origin,
do.
I'm fed up with it. But
I don't have Origin. I think I downloaded it to get. I think I won a copy of Battlefield 4. So I got Origin to download it, and then I don't even know where the game is. Much less what my Origin. I don't use it.
I'm actually pretty decent at Battlefield 4
Suck.
because I've put some hours into it. I put a lot of hours into almost every one of the Battlefield games that have come out since like 1942. I think was the first one I played, which I think might even be the very first one. But I love the Battlefield series, and
Yeah, fourth one's definitely good.
the fourth one's good. The third one was really good.
Yeah,
My favorite is probably the original Bad Company.
yeah. I was about to say Bad Company. Yeah.
I have a lot of hours on that one. Unfortunately, that was console hours, not PC hours. But hey, it's whatever.
We saw the light.
Yeah.
First- I have a question I forgot to ask actually while you were talking about the pre-sequel. Do we know if
Yeah.
Cage the Elephant is going to have another song as the title song for the game?
I wish. Well, it wasn't actually Cage the Elephant for the second one. It was by the
What?
Heavy.
Was it
But-
really?
Mhm.
thought
It was.
And, oh, well.
Nope. It's called Shortchanged Hero by the Heavy.
Okay.
If Cage the Elephant did it for the prequel, that'd be great. But I'm kind of leaning towards having Arctic Monkeys do it for the new one. So I think they would be perfect.
It would be. That would be really good, actually.
All
I
right,
have no idea about the music.
3 more questions to go.
let's do it.
UB6 asking about the PC photo. Does it have to be an inside shot, or can it be an outside one as well?
It can be an outside shot. You just have to be able to prove like that it's your
That it's
PC.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
I mean, like if you, mine's really easy. I took my picture when I was opening the case and swapping out the coolers. And
Nice.
so it was pretty easy for me to take. Um,
I
and I also have some build photos that I could draw from if I really wanted to. But you know, it's whatever. The only thing that I wish I could do is add a second hard drive, but it doesn't really matter because I have to RMA this one
Yeah.
because it just died on me. So
It's no good.
I literally just sat down in front of my computer with my cell phone, took the picture, and then uploaded it from my Google Drive.
Nice.
there you go.
So outside pictures are fine.
Yeah, and I mean, like if you want, you can just go to any of my statuses and just ping me, and I will answer it for you. You know, just be like, hey, can you check my profile? It doesn't have to be related to my status. That's fine. Just go to the GT Insider one and be like, hey, can you check this? And I'll be like, sure, I can do that. And you know, of course, my word is not as good as someone like Angel's, but you know, I'm willing to do that for you guys.
Speaking of
I find
Angel,
it fun.
yeah, speaking of Angel, there's an update on the toolbar. They've been updated for much faster loading. Clear your browser's cache and reload the page if your icons keep disappearing.
That would do it.
Yes.
And that's a good general rule of
Huh.
thumb because of how many updates actually hit GT. Just go into your browser, clear cache, and actually
Great
what I do
comment.
is I close everything but the GT page, open a new tab, close the GT page, clear my cache, exit my browser, reopen my browser, and then
Man,
do
you go
it.
all the
I
way.
go I go the whole 9 yards because I mean GT's not the only page that screws up for me. So,
Fair
uh,
enough.
so it's whatever.
Uh, it's
Alright,
important.
sorry, go.
It's important to remember that GT is still in development. So if something starts messing up, it's probably going to get fixed really quickly.
Yeah.
And yeah, just be ready for that as it continues to get better and better. So
Yeah, and a lot of updates are going to hit on Sundays. Believe it or not, because TDR there is, and I believe Angel's and not Angel Andrew Slane is also developing as well. And those two guys, they put a lot of hours in there outside of what they normally do. So yeah. Uh, and I did an interview with Tidor there. He's a student over in Spain, and so outside of college, pretty much all he does is GT programming. So it's his baby, and I'm sure he's taking pretty good care of it. I mean, I'm enjoying it. So
Alright. Our next to last question is from Jamie. It says, when Angel said loot drop will be based on networked activity, what exactly did he mean? I don't think he was there when we were talking about it.
okay, well that's fine. Activity is you post a relevant gaming related or technology related, because this isn't just all gamers here. We're also some technology enthusiasts. Um, but you need to post something that's relative. Whether it's a news article or a YouTube video or uh, hey, what games are you playing this week? If you just want to inquire to other people, that's fine. Anything that's going to cause interaction, allow people to interact with you. Posting something like, "Hey guys, I'm going to sleep." I mean, I'm sure we've all done it on Facebook,
Yeah.
or even worse, Twitter. Uh, so
ag night night.
yeah, I mean that's great, but posting something like, "Oh well, I'm having to go to sleep because I just played 9 hours of Diablo with these people and had a blast, and I hope everyone else will join me. Please give me your, you know, BNet ID." Something like that is a whole lot more, you know, able to create interaction than, and a lot more fun to read. Oh look, this guy got up with these three people and played Diablo for who knows an ungodly amount of time. Uh, Doing whatever. I love seeing posts like that. That's what I like seeing, so that's what I'm going to interact with. Uh, so posting is your first step. Your second step is interaction, and interaction means not only you posting stuff for other people to comment and like on your status, but you're also sharing things like our sponsor pages, any updates that they get. You share their comments or you share their stuff. And the great thing about GT is it looks like you posted it. So, I mean, go from there. It looks good for our sponsors. If you want the giveaways to continue, you want the sponsors to be happy. So the more we share, the better off everything is. Uh, that's my personal viewpoint. I love AMD, even though I don't own their processor or even their GPUs, because I built all my stuff before I came into this community. And now I'm absolutely thrilled to hopefully get my hands on an R9 295X pretty soon, as in post summer. So
We can them to start up getting some really good drivers for Linux. I'll definitely switch over to the graphics card immediately.
yeah, and I know Linux users are a little split because of that, but
We
who
are.
knows? Who knows? Um, but so posting sponsor stuff, sharing their stuff, liking their stuff, commenting on their stuff, whole 9 yards, uh, and then going through and doing the same thing with your friends. You can't share friends' statuses yet, but the option's there, so obviously it's eventually coming. But liking and commenting things that you actually enjoy. Don't spam like everything. If you see something that, say you've been playing Goat Simulator, and you saw someone post a picture that was incredibly awesome, like Sam did, which
Yeah.
which she posted 2 pictures there, and they were just awesome.
I have to go look. Yeah.
So
Blood goat.
yeah, Blood Goat.
I think I did see that then.
Going in, that's the stuff I'm interested in, so I'm gonna go like and interact with that. I'm gonna comment about it. She posts a lot of stuff about TF2. She has like over 1,000 hours in TF2, which is just ridiculous.
Jesus Christ.
So I'm sure she's pretty good. Joe, you need to go hit her up because I know you play TF2.
Yeah, I'm not good at it. I'm terrible.
So
Yeah, I'll do that eventually. If anybody wants to play TF2, please post it up on GT so I'll see somebody else playing, and I'll try and join up with you because TF2 is so much more fun when you have more than one person playing. Well, any game really is much more fun when you have more than one
TF2
person.
especially.
Yeah, TF2 definitely, because then you can like sort
It's
of
so
do.
fun to mess around, and I don't even know.
I'm really, really bad at Team 2, but I'm still down to play some because I haven't played for a while.
Dude, maybe we might have some time tonight.
I've played a total of 3 games of TF2, and it was all on my old Steam name. So and that's the reason why I haven't played it again is because I haven't even just hit that slight install button yet on the new Steam. So
Podcast you install it. We're playing tonight.
after my podcast, I'm going to go work on a group presentation that is at 8:00 in the morning. So
TF2 is way more important.
yeah, it's just 30% of that class grade.
Yeah.
It's whatever.
We've actually acquired 2 more questions after the next one that's coming up. So
All right, well we're 15 minutes over where I wanted to end at, so let's keep going.
the next one was whatever happened with the Gaming Tribe Android app.
The Gaming Tribe Android app is slated for release at late summer, early fall. Okay, so it is in development. It is around, but it is not going. It is not going to be slated for release until end of summer, early fall. So look for it around September to October timeframe. Around that time, that's when we should start being a little bit more worried about, hey, does GT have an actual date for this? So when GT Insider is on episode, what's the year? That's like half the year away. So like episode like 20 to 25, come back and ask that question, and we should have an answer for you. So absolutely. What else you got?
Is there a chance in the future that we can upload more than one picture of our rig, like one inside, one outside, etc.?
I think that's a really interesting concept, but once again, we have to worry about all these pictures and photos. They take up a lot of space on the servers and things like that. I actually don't know how all that works, so as far as I'm concerned, it takes up space. However, what I can see happening is that they have already stated they are going to allow for people with multiple hard drives to include different things. What I would like to see and what I would suggest to the team that's developing is not necessarily a place to upload multiple pictures of your PC, but to have the one primary photo for your PC and then have a slot directly underneath that links to an exterior source such as Imorg or Instagram or something. I don't even know how to say it. Imager. There we go. That's my mind is so spaced out, and I've never used that program, but I know that it's very popular. So.
Imager? Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's how.
I've never even used it.
Yeah. Imager. It's as bad as Reddit.
Yeah.
Two more questions.
Having something like that to where you can link to your specific PC pictures and stuff like that would be something ideal.
Yes.
And then people could go hog wild on pictures over there.
Creating
that kind of interaction with an exterior database, I think, would be a better first step until we get the resources to actually be able to support it internally. It's whatever. Right now, I think one picture is all we need.
Yeah. I'm going to read these next 2 questions back to back before more pop up. First one is, can we post PC stuff for sale? And the second one is, can we as volunteers try to talk to Corsair to get them to come back?
I'm not going to say anything about Corsair. That is something that I would leave up to Kimberly, our VP, who's in charge of sponsors. if you know if somebody knows someone over at Corsair and wants to go and talk to them of their own free will and encourage them, that being like, hey, let's go, that's okay, but that's all I'm going to say about that. That is not my place to talk about that, because I could easily misspeak. But anything related to sponsorships needs to go directly to Kimberly, the VP, and I will tell you how to find her during all the closing stuff. All right. The first question, however, was, once again, you're gonna have to repeat it. So.
Can you post PC stuff for sale?
Oh, okay. Personal advertisements. If we go back to the posting policy for GT, I'm just going to read this real quick. It says, stay on topic. Status updates and comments should be about gaming or technology. Don't post contents that includes personal or third-party giveaways, promoting, or advertising. There have been a couple that have been approved, so you might want to go and check that. Don't post content that is sexually explicit or contains profanity, which that reason right there is why I sent you, Joe, is because, even though it didn't have something to do with the actual content, it could have something implied.
Know more about it, just message me on GT and I'll send you the name, or could I just link the game to the Steam profile of the game?
I don't know. I would leave it all internal, outside of public view, to be honest with you.
If you want to know the game, just message me and I'll send you the name of the game. It's very fun and pretty clean.
I mean, honestly, Joe, I would tell you to ask somebody higher up about it.
I'll message someone when we get off of this stream.
Yeah, there you go. Don't bug Angel, though. He's really busy. Don't post content that is abusive or hateful and or threatens or harasses people. Don't impersonate any other person or falsely state or otherwise misrepresent your... Wow. I completely started that word. There we go. So, spell checked myself. Anyways, your affiliation or person with or an entity, and that's kind of what I had to do at the very beginning of the show. We are, three of us are ML community volunteers. We are not actually part of ML. We just volunteer our time. I've said this time and time again. That's all there is. And don't post content that suggests illegal activity or contains illegal or unlicensed material. So none of that actually directly says anything about personal selling of hardware. However, the closest thing that goes to it is personal promotions or advertising, and I believe it would fall underneath that category. I would not do that. I don't think you should sell hardware to other people on GT. Leave that for mediums that are designed for that, such as eBay, to name a big one. But the idea of posting your hardware on here for sale is probably against that policy, and I could ask for clarification later. So the answer to that question, in short, is no.
That was the last of the questions. No one's asked. But I do have someone said someone did post a link to a third-party giveaway on their GT, but I don't know who. So
then in the past, or before they had seen the new updated thing, I don't think GT's gonna have a one and you're out sort of policy right now.
Yeah. So
there actually has been people who have had one and out.
Really?
So and it's not for something that violates. There's the difference between a minor and a major violation.
Yeah.
And certain major violations are one and gone, because we have no time to deal with that. I don't want to see it. Other people don't want to see it. If as per policy, we are a social media site, and we have some of the most open and easiest to understand privacy policies as well as posting policies. Yep. And although we do restrict certain things, we want to keep it clean. We want to be able to be inviting to all audiences, is the way I read it anyways. So absolutely. I'm invested in this community. I don't want to see it. I agree with this posting policy. I agree with the privacy policies, and that's why I'm here.
Apparently, that post in question is gone now anyway. So
Yeah, that person's probably long gone. So
the post is. I don't even know who did it, but I'm not actually worrying about it. I was just relaying the talk of the chat right now.
yeah, and there's I know I've heard of instances of people going up and away. Uh,
Those are for like people that went,
But
pretty hard.
those are people that have had, from what I understood, and it's a severe infraction, as in like it was intentionally
disruptive.
intentionally infraction. So that's all I'm going to say on that. So once again, if it's questionable, it's probably not worth it.
Yeah.
But if it's something that you want clarification on, just ask before doing it. It doesn't hurt that way to ask,
The worst
and
that happens is you get told no.
the worst, yeah. Once again, the worst that happens is you get told no. But here's the best that happens. Congratulations if you're not verified or you're trying to increase your activity. If you're asking for clarification on something, you're generating interaction. So
Surprise!
surprise, you just helped your chances to land the top 200 spot in the next loot drop. So why do you think I'm asking everyone to come ask me these questions? Come on now. I may not know the answers, but I can sit there and
If I ask him, he means come to me.
yeah, totally. Joe, you just said something again and did not say anything.
I said I'm the only person that can't ask them to come to me because I'm not a volunteer.
Well, I mean, you know the policies and you know where to find them, so.
That is true.
If you have the answer, you have the answer. Doesn't matter.
And besides that, if they come to you with a question, you can just come to me with a question, the
You're
same question, and we just create a three-way. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No, I actually I haven't been interested. I had no need for the loot drop case because I already have a case. I don't need it. So I say I probably would have declined it, but who knows what I would have done. I had no desire to win the Battlefield 4 giveaway because I already had the game. So my comment there was, don't pick me, pick someone else. Because I just wanted more people to play with. That's my thing. I've got the money to play games. It's fun to win stuff, but it's more fun for me to watch someone else win. I'm not here for all that. What else we got? Anything?
That was the last question. They're just kind of chit-chatting now, so no biggie.
Chit-chatting. Okay, well, this has definitely gone a lot longer than I intended, so
This
I
was
hope
a
everyone's
good
enjoying
party episode, though.
Yeah,
so.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping everyone's enjoying it, so...
Your cat is in a yoga pose or something.
I know. I was watching it.
She's got like her legs, arms are like around it.
Yeah, he's all curled in on himself, stretching out his legs. You gotta
So
get those
cute.
obliques, right?
Yeah.
There we go. That cat has more flexibility than me. But that's a whole nother story. So, yeah. Joe knows that story, so we'll leave it at that.
Brief chat for another day.
And that's a whole nother tangent. All right, let's start the closing process here. So I get to reference my lovely sheet that I haven't looked at since like 30 minutes in, so like an hour. How do we usually do this?
Oh.
Awesome. Okay. So, anyways, basically what we're gonna do is we're gonna close out now. So this is the segment where Joe, if you want to put any shameless plug, tell people how to find you anywhere and everywhere, this is the time to do it.
Okay, I'll do League and Steam first. On League and Steam, my main account is Diabuddha, DIABUDDHA, and that's my level 30 League account and my Steam account. If you don't want to play with the level 30 yet, I've got a Smurf account that is MLG Clutch, MLG space Clutch, CLUTCH. Oops, my bad. That's just a lower level account that I have so I can play with people who are, a little bit scared of playing against level 30s. And then I have my gaming tribe, which is gamingtribe.com/profile/ I think that's it.
No game.
Nogain. That's one of my older games, so I use it every once in a while. That's it.
Awesome. Do you have any shout outs for anyone?
Not this time because I couldn't even bring up GT during this thing because I kept crashing the stream every time I tried to do it.
Fair enough. Kat, what you got?
My first shout out is gonna go to Logan for making this awesome overlay for us. Stole it from me. Ha. My friend Logan made this overlay for us. We actually have one for 2, 3, and 4 man, and I have the PSD so I can update the name as needed. So
Awesome.
our whole new look is thanks to him. He was watching, but he had to go to bed, so he'll know about this when he watches it on YouTube. My second shout out is to my mom, who is currently in the stream chat. Hi, mommy. Heart.
Hi, Demon Wolf.
Yes, she is Demon Wolf on Diablo. She plays Diablo 3 with me and Tim a lot, and
Legit,
that's kind of our
Mom.
bonding because we're in separate states. So what, Kirsten?
It's a legit mom playing video games with you.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Great.
we play World of Warcraft, Second Life, Diablo 3, and when I was younger, we used to play stuff on the N64 together.
Oh.
I mean, it's been that way for a lot. Aw, she
Cute.
responded. Let's see. Once again, my GT name is KD. My Steam name is Miss Kitty 247. Don't ask; it's very old. My battle tag is KD Pound 1779, and those are kind of the only things you can really get me on. If you want my Skype, ask me directly.
Awesome.
That's it.
Kirsten, go ahead.
You can find me on Gaming Tribe, just gamingtribe.com/profile/whothromeow. Just capital FUS, capital RO, capital MEOW. And that's the same. That's the same for my Steam account. It's also Fusro as well as my summoner's name on League of Legends is Fusro, but instead of one W at the end, it's 2 Ws because some jerk already took my name.
How dare they?
And you can also find my battle tag is Kha'Zix OP, which is KHAZIIX because Kha'Zix is OP. But my favorite champ, so what can I say?
So you also like bug type Pokemon, right?
No.
Oh. So okay, so she's not playing Bulbasaur in Pokemon Next.
Bulbasaur is my favorite Pokemon, but
It's not insect, is he?
I said bug.
Bulbasaur's not a
Yeah.
Isn't he a bug?
he's
a plant.
plant.
He's grass.
Oh
like-
man! I should
He's a plant dinosaur.
I'm gonna edit that out. No, I'm just kidding.
Your Pokemon MasterCard has been revoked because what?
Yeah.
I'll pull out the yellow version and restart. Okay.
You haven't done like League 4 at all, I can tell.
It's okay. I actually haven't played Pokemon in a long time, so it's sad. I know. But
All right, Left Pyre, you're gonna have to take these questions up with us on GT itself because our stream has already run really long, and Tim does have places to go. I'm only saying this because he missed our answer to his question, so I just said no in the chat, and he doesn't understand why, and he's a little upset about it. So
it's okay.
message us directly on GT, and we'll handle it. 'Cause
The VOD is set to upload automatically to Twitch, and it should go straight to YouTube afterwards. So I'm gonna leave the computer up, and it should do that.
Okay.
So he should be able to check the VOD immediately after closing the
with
stream.
the skip to the question, yeah.
So you should be able to skip to it. It should be sometime in the last 10 to 15 minutes of the show. So,
Okay.
anyways, awesome. Anything else? Any shout outs?
Oh, I shout out to Kyle M. I don't know. I don't want to butcher his last name, so I'm not going to say it. But congrats on your new baby brother.
Yeah.
Future G Driver.
Yes.
Super cute.
Yes.
Future G Triber. You can
Yep.
you can check that out as a hashtag, and definitely congratulations to that. I want to give a big shout out to Aaron and Steven and Sebastian, as well as you, Kat, because all of us, as well as a few others, jumped in Aaron's, what do you call that? A TeamSpeak server last night that he posted up. He had a TeamSpeak server that he posted up in there, and we got on there. Some of us were playing Diablo. Aaron was playing the starter edition to see if he wanted to buy Diablo and join us. There were a couple of other guys in there that were playing League and some other people as well. And it was a lot of fun. I really enjoyed it. It made me download TeamSpeak 3 because apparently I had never downloaded TeamSpeak 3. I've only had TeamSpeak 2.
Nice.
So I really like the layout of that as well. But it was definitely a lot of fun to get in there with him. And also, big shout out to Sebastian for helping me with all that stuff in Diablo. And joining us on the American side.
Yes.
Because he pulled...
Join us.
He pulled from... He's over in the EU, and he came on over and made an account on the Americas.
What was latency on there? Like, was he laggy at all?
He had like 1,000 latency at one point, but part of that was because of like everything else that was going on, and it was just probably the time of day. But he has really good internet connection otherwise, and he should. He didn't really have that much of a problem yesterday, I don't believe. I think he was playing games as normal. With,
we should do about like transcontinental gaming on Insider someday, like look up some information on how to do it, because GT is a global, like we're a global community, but at the same time global gaming is a bit harder to pull off with most games having servers located in certain areas.
It is, but someone's got to have the latency, so I opted for the person with the best internet connection to do so. And that's definitely Sebastian in this case.
Island, middle of the ocean. We all have equal ping when we go to it.
No, there's a future project that I'm working on that I'm going to close the show out by mentioning. There are 2 projects that I have in mind that I am also working on outside of GT Insider. One of them will feature Amanda, our global giveaway winner. As well as Aaron, who was also a global giveaway winner. I believe he won the Mass Luminosity 1 million fans global giveaway number 2. So we gave away 3 PCs, all for just reaching 1 million fans on Facebook. And pretty soon, someone's going to hit the cap of friends in GT. We all know it's probably going to be Angel first, but
yeah, of course. But
that's okay, But I have a project that you guys should be looking forward to. It's going to go straight to YouTube. It will be live as well. I'll try to make it live, but there will not be a scheduled time, and expect that to come up in the next couple of weeks. And I have another project. A lot of people have been posting about streaming and stuff like that. Not so much this week, but they did a lot last week. And I will say this, there is a project that I am working on to get people access and allow them to stream directly to this Twitch channel right here at twitch.tv/gamingtribe. There is a way for me to authorize users, and I will be handling and managing that program to allow people to come in and stream so that this channel will be more active than just Sundays at 4 p.m. Central Time for GT Insider. And we will set up times for people to stream from all around the world, and hopefully get this channel going as 24/7, pretty much as close as I can get to it. There will be a screening process, and there will be certain things that I will require. Pretty much no profanity, none of that. And I'm also not going to have 1,000 different people streaming League. I'm not going to have 100 different people streaming Diablo.
I'll stream Farm Hero Saga. Perfect.
Kat will stream Farm Hero Saga.
Who has native Twitch streaming built in?
Yep. And if you have Raptor, you can stream through that. There are certain things that will be required for you to get that, and I'm working on that project and hope to release it the beginning of next month.
Nice. Cool.
So expect a lot out of me over the next month. And stay tuned to GT Insider to get the first look at those, as well as more information, because I will not talk about it on GT until it has been said here. So look forward to that. You can find me at Gaming Tribe / profile / Delka, DELKA. You can find me on Steam at D3LKA. And you can also do that same name for Origin and League. I guess I can mention that. Diablo, I actually don't remember my number, but I'm going to guess, and if it's not me, oh well. Delka, DEKLKA. Golly, I'm so scratched up today, but that's okay. Pound sign, which is the number sign for a lot of people. 1814, I believe. So I can confirm that later on. If you add me and I don't add you within a day, then it's obviously not right. So be sure to check out the Diablo 3 community on inside the Battle.net communities there for Gaming Tribe, and as well if you don't have a clan or you want to join us over on the Americas, join us at Gaming Tribe Clan. Just request to join.
What was the number that you said?
1814.
It's correct.
Awesome.
Woo!
You would think 30 hours of Diablo this week would allow for me to remember that.
I know, right?
All right, you guys, this has been GT Insider Episode 3, Extended Edition, I guess we can add to the title, because it normally only lasts 75 minutes, but I think we've been going for almost two hours now. All right, you guys, it's been fun, it's been enjoyable, and as always, be sure to continue and game on.